So it was 20 years ago, perhaps on this very day, when I decided to have the best Christmas of all time. I was 13 years old. And I remember taking a walk with my brothers around my neighborhood to admire all of the Christmas lights. And I noticed this one particularly ambient parlor window. And I said, guys, take a look at that frosted window pane over there. Behind that window, that is their Christmas spirit. But in here is our Christmas spirit. And the only way to experience the full measure of this Christmas spirit is if we run after Christmas with all of our hearts. And guys, in the days and weeks that followed, that is exactly what I did. I did Christmas harder than any 13-year-old has ever done Christmas before. I listened to nothing but Christmas music. I decorated my entire room for Christmas. I covered up my Batman Returns bedspread with this royal red duvet cover. And by day, I crowned my bedroom pillow with a real brass French horn. I also watched the 25 Days of Christmas on the ABC Family Channel for every single one of those 25 days. So I need to note that everything I just described to you was in the earlier stages of my Christmas bender, before things really took a turn for the worse. Because a couple of weeks in, I got this idea that I might as well just give myself over to a full-blown Christmas gift obsession as well. So this was like a Christmas story. It was like Red Ryder BB gun levels of wanton, shameless greed. And I circled stuff in catalogs and I dropped hints with my parents, but eventually I decided I might as well just go into my parents' room and peek in the closet and see what they'd gotten me. And only my 10-year-old brother, Caleb, was corrupted enough at this point in his life to accompany me on this expedition. So we went into my parents' room, looked in their closet, and there wasn't much to see except for these three large boxes. They were wrapped, but they weren't labeled at this point. And I picked one up and it was kind of heavy. So to me, this was ample evidence that my siblings and I would each be receiving a brand new television set to be placed in each of our respective bedrooms. Duh. And I was like, well played, Mom and Dad. Like, that wasn't on my Christmas list, but I'll take it. Christmas morning's looking pretty good. So then Christmas morning did come around, and I got nothing, like absolutely nothing that I wanted. And my younger brother, Caleb, he came out even worse. The best thing he got for Christmas that year, the best thing, was a laser pointer. So like we still had this one last shred of Christmas hope in the form of these three boxes still sitting under the tree, our three TVs, I assumed. And I also assumed that my dad was saving the best for last because they stayed there all the way until it was dark outside. And then the evening came and my dad called us all back into the living room and he said, guys, we still have three gifts remaining. One is for Grandma and Grandpa, one is for your aunt and uncle, and one is for the kids. So I was like, okay, whatever, it's all good, brand new, spanking new TV for our family room, won't be half bad. So my siblings and I gather around, we all tear off the paper all at once, and immediately we start trying to pick off the tape around the flaps of this cardboard box to see what's actually inside. And my dad's like, guys, you opened it, what is it? And I was like, I don't know, Dad, it's something in a bread machine box. And then my dad said, no, it is a bread machine. And we just didn't even have the words. So to fill the dead air, my dad said, you know, so that you guys can make fresh bread in the mornings before school. And guys, like, aside from the phrase, it's a bread machine, I don't think there is any phrase in the English language less Christmassy than the mornings before school. But that was what I got. So I had pitched all of my Christmas hope on these three boxes under the tree, and all I got was a depressing turn of phrase and a pretty crappy way to make bread. So I feel like in my heart at that moment I had one last hope for Christmas. So I grabbed my brother Caleb and I was like, come outside with me to the front porch. So we go outside and it's cold out there and I'm like, look man, I get it, okay, I screwed up. When we went for that walk 4 weeks ago, I knew in my heart that there was so much more to the Christmas spirit than just presents. And come tomorrow morning, it's not going to be Christmas anymore. All these lights will still be up, but the spirit will be long gone. And we've got one last chance to take it all back. So let's take one more stroll around the neighborhood. Let's take in the Christmas spirit one last time. And my brother looked at me, and he smiled, and he said, Cliff, Christmas sucked for me this year. And he went back inside, and he slammed the door. And that's what happened when I decided to have the best Christmas of all time.